Hello, guys. So, I hope you're all doing well. Artificial intelligence, that is a buzzword nowadays, and intelligence is gaining traction in a lot of countries. China is one of those countries, and it is giving very tough competition to countries like USA. So, and we could gauge this fact, or we could gauge this point from the fact that recently there was a news that the largest number of patents for generative AI. Generative AI is nothing but ChatGPT and uh, other applications like that. So China has their own versions, coming up with their own versions, and so that is generative AI, and applications or the patents for that has been filed the most by China, and the companies like Tencent and Baidu are among the top. So this is just generative AI, but in general, in the field of AI, China is progressing very fast. And recently, there was a World AI conference in Shanghai last July. There was a display of a wide variety of AI applications, especially robots and robotic applications. Now, but there is a flip side to it. So there was a picture, or rather an image of a Chinese army official trying to test a robotic dog, uh, which would be used for defense purposes or war purposes in near future. So these are nothing but killer dogs, so to speak. And human rights activists are now only raising an alarm in this regard. Now it's an irony because these are not humans; these are robots. But we need to be aware of the fact that countries will refrain from, or rather, they will not refrain from sending these or foot soldiers, which are nothing but robots, to the war zones, because they have no problem in sacrificing these robots, right? Which was not the case when human lives were involved. Of course, they will definitely ultimately take human lives, and that is what the human rights activists are against. And also the fact that there would be no restraint from the part of the from the countries to use these weapons. That is the problem. But this is the reality of the future. And in coming back to this conference in Shanghai, many companies, including Tesla, displayed their humanoids, basically human robots. Uh, so considering Tesla, their robot didn't interact with the visitors. It was just behind the glass. But it is a sign of things to come. Now, artificial intelligence has many applications. So in robotics, in manufacturing, in automobile, defense, so on and so forth. So the question also will arise about the ethicality. Uh, one point which I raised was about the use of unrestrained use of war dogs or robots in general for war purposes. Apart from that, also AI-driven autonomous vehicles. So where is the accountability? So recently in US, um, an AI or AI-driven autonomous vehicle broke a traffic law, and it was observed by traffic officials. Now what could they do? So they ended up sending notification to, or sending uh, right a document to the owners of this car, the makers of this car. But again, autonomous vehicle by itself has no driver, and there is no immediate accountability. And lack of accountability may also revolve around the insurance makers. Uh, Say who is liable when an accident takes place. So these things supposedly should have been or should be taken care of in near future. But there is a point that's a food for thought, basically, about the ethicality and the accountability factor. So AI definitely is here to stay, but there should not be any uh, negative consequences, or at least I would say that it should be mitigated or reduced to the minimum, the negative consequences. Then only as a society we'll be able to live with it. So recently there was an article about South Korea and a robot in South Korea committing suicide. Now what had happened is it was found to be shattered near stairs in a building. So of course it may not be true. It may be some other reason. For example, in US, such a same thing happened. Later it was found out that it had slipped across the surface and then it got shattered. Same might be the case here also. But the larger picture is robots have started to gain more attention than ever before, and they have started to show forms of life in double quotes, and we need to see what happens in this space in the future, as far as robots are concerned, as far as AI applications are concerned, as far as the ethicality of all these things are concerned is concerned. So I hope you liked this short video about AI and killer robots, so to speak. Thank you very much.